So if your Shopify store isn't making any sales, that's obviously really frustrating. So let's talk about 6 different ways that you can improve on your site so that you can get more sales. My first tip is to make sure that you just have really good product photography. And I'm not just talking about having your product look really good with a white background or even just a flat lay photo. You want to have some action shots for your photos so that people can see that product photography and instantly know what it is. So if it's a product that they're actually going to be using in their home, show some action shots so that they instantly can go, oh, okay, I get this, I know what it is. Sure, you can do some stylized photos, and of course it looks nice on your collection page if they all have matching white backgrounds or just a transparent background. However, you really want to think through of those product photography shots on your product page that are going to really connect with your ideal customers so they feel like they either see themselves in those photos or they instantly understand how to use your product. They're going to be a lot more likely to actually add it to their cart. Next, you've got to showcase some social proof. You really want to show some good reviews as well as other people using the products on your site. This kind of creates that credibility so that they know that if they purchase from you, they're gonna actually get their product sent to them and it's gonna work like how you say it is. I love to actually showcase photo reviews on my sites, and I love the Looks Shopify app for that because it has an automated process of collecting the reviews, which makes it really easy for you. Plus, it just looks good on the site of showcasing different customer reviews with the photos there. I'll put a link to that app in the description below if you're interested, but any kind of social proof that you can get on your site and showcase near and around that add to cart button is always going to be good. If you're just starting out, I know it can be intimidating to say, okay, how do I get reviews in the beginning? But my tip here would be to actually send your product to a friend or family member that would find it useful and are your ideal customer and get them to test out the product, take some photos, and leave you a review on the site. You can do that in exchange for the free product, and it can really help jumpstart those reviews on your site when you're just getting started. Next, you've got to answer your customers' questions on your actual product page. Don't send them to the FAQs page or the return policy page or the shipping page. No, keep them on your product page. You want to answer all of the questions there so that they're not jumping around on your site and you're more likely to actually capture them to add that product to the cart and check out. My favorite way of doing this is actually having an accordion dropdown. A lot of Shopify themes actually have this functionality built in. And you can add an FAQs area on your product page. You can say, what is your return policy, and have that listed there, or what is the product dimensions, or will this product work for this use? Whatever it is that your ideal customer is going to be thinking about and have questions about your product that may actually make them leave your site and not purchase, you want to answer those questions right there on the product page. You don't want to take up a ton of space and definitely don't have it detract from the actual add to cart button. But if you can have that there or even have some icons that showcase those questions and a quick answer, it's going to be a lot more likely to get them to add the product to the cart because they're not leaving that product page. Next, you want to offer multiple payment methods. And this could be something like PayPal or ShopPay, or even an afterpay solution where they're paying in different increments. This is really going to depend on your ideal customer. However, offering a lot of different payment options can be helpful. I will throw in something here though that is a caveat to this. You don't want to have all of those little buttons on your product page. I know you've probably seen a site like that where they have Amazon Pay, Google Pay, PayPal, all of this underneath the add to cart button. Do not do that. That's not what I'm recommending. That's actually going to hurt your conversions because you're just giving way too many options and people are going to get overwhelmed and leave. Instead, you can show those kind of additional payment methods on your checkout page and just hide them from your product page. But giving additional optional payment methods can make it easier, especially if you have a higher cost product or a higher cost average order cart value. It can be a little bit helpful to either give them a preferred payment method like maybe PayPal or an additional way where they can divide up the payment into installment payments. You've also really got to make sure that you're focused on your mobile design. So many people are actually shopping from mobile devices, and for a lot of Shopify stores, it's over half of their traffic is from mobile devices. And this is just going to increase over time. So you've got to make sure that you've actually optimized your site on mobile devices. I've got a whole other tutorial about making sure that your site looks good on mobile devices, so I'll link that somewhere in the cards above and in the description below. But you want to make sure that it's easy to navigate your site on mobile devices, that the most important information is showing up first and not getting buried lower on the page as well. Make sure you're taking time to actually look through any kind of edits that you're doing, or before you're running ads to a specific page on your site, that you have looked through everything on how it looks on your mobile device. Try even multiple different mobile devices, whether it's an Apple or an Android phone, and just make sure that everything is looking good and how you expect it to, so that you're not actually going to be losing out on conversions for people that are shopping on their mobile phones. Lastly, and this is really key, you've got to make sure that you're targeting the right people and sending them to your store. Because if you do all of this work of improving your store design and making sure everything's ready and optimized for more sales, but you're sending the wrong people to your site, well, then it doesn't matter at all, and you've done all this work for nothing. You want to make sure you know exactly who your ideal customer is, and that you know what kind of messaging is going to get them to come to your site, and that your site is optimized and set up to talk to that ideal customer once they hit your site as well. So really think through who your ideal customer is and how they were going to be using their product. What are their hopes, their dreams, their fears? You want to think through exactly how you can talk to them directly, either in your social media or paid advertising, so that you're getting that right audience to come to your site in the first place. Now, I know we talked about a couple different ways to change your conversions on your site, but maybe you're looking at actually just changing your site design overall, and you're saying, you know what, let's do a refresh for 2023. If you're trying to figure out what Shopify theme is best for your store, then check out this video over here where I help you find the exact perfect theme for your Shopify store based off of your brand and your needs and your niche that you're in.